bring snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is WHHW. What had happened was, which is last week's news. Hold on just a second. That shit was pitiful. If you don't get your clap on and express some excitement for what the is going on here right now, sir. You understand what I'm saying? Let's do this again. Here we go. Ready? All right, run it back. Here you go. Let's get it poppin'. Let's get ready. Okay, here we go. And what it do, snackers and snackers?
Yeah.
It's your boy.
Whoa!
This here
Yeah!
is WHHW.
Let's go, baby!
You know what I'm saying? What had happened was, that's last week's news. We gonna get right into it. Hook me up.
Number one.
Let's talk about the Lion King trailer 2. Trailer 2. Did we all see it? You saw it. You saw it. You didn't saw it. Okay. Well, let's talk about it anyway. Here's the deal. Having seen this new trailer, I'm a little more excited for this movie. I wasn't feeling it. I was a little worse than on the fence at the last trailer, the original reveal, and so forth. This time around, hearing Scar's monologue, getting a chance to see more of the iconic scenes and shots from the original animated film, it did something. And then, like, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through the trailer, I got little goosebumps. And then at the end, got to hear my man Timon and Pumbaa with the I was like, okay, this might be a thing. This actually might work out. I'm starting to feel it. I saw my man Zazu. It's starting to feel good to me. Like I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm like, Disney is about to dominate the entire summer. Like Endgame, Spider-Man, Lion King. Like, yeah, it's a wrap, bruh. It's a wrap right now. Y'all let me know what y'all think though of the new trailer. I thought it was pretty good, and it looks really, really good. Like it feels like a perfect summer movie. You know what I mean? And like we might need that kind of a palate cleanser coming out of the excitement of the 2 movies prior. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's what I'm thinking. Hook me up.
Number 2.
Speaking of needing a palate cleanser for summertime movies, let's talk about Endgame for a second. In this case, we're not going to specifically talk about what we think is going to happen in the movie or all the press and stuff that's happening. What we're going to talk about is the first week sales from Fandango, pre-sales. Because Fandango has reported that this movie has sold more than 5 times what Infinity War sold in its first week of pre-sales. Now, 5 times is a lot. When you consider that Endgame is like the number 1 grossing movie, 5 times the pre-sales for that movie is a big deal. But then, Atom Tickets reported that it sold twice as many pre-sale first week tickets as the next 4 highest grossing movies combined, and that includes Infinity War. So we're talking like Aquaman, Last Jedi. I mean, this is pretty major. And if you haven't got tickets already, at least for the opening week, like, it's probably not going to happen. What they're reporting seeing is, like, theaters, so like thousands of shows already sold out, and theaters adding additional shows over and over again. So we talked last week about how we found shows as early as 2:30 in the morning. Going to that. Isn't that right, Sin?
Yes, you were.
Going to that.
Yeah.
They now have shows that start at 4 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. on that Friday. This is going to be the biggest movie ever we've ever seen. Can something come along and topple it in the future? Sure, but at this moment,
no time soon.
We're literally in a historic moment, like a visually knowing you're a part of history. Like, this is a huge moment in pop culture history. Period. And we could get in there and it could be terrible. It could be terrible, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. I do think there are gonna be people who don't like it. Probably if your character doesn't make it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Cool. Did you get tickets?
No.
Oh, so you ain't gonna see it.
Wow.
Thank you, movie guy.
Well said. Hook me up.
Number
What time
3.
Thank you for the hookup, sir. He was gonna try to give you an excuse. We ain't taking no excuses.
No excuses.
It's my show. It's not your show. We
Not
ain't
for
taking no
that game.
excuses.
There's no excuses.
No excuses.
Movie guy.
Yeah.
Concession.
Yeah. Alright, so number 3 is if you have PlayStation Network name, you can change it now.
All right.
Oh, so I can drop that L and try to get an I?
Ain't gonna happen, but you can try. You can try. I mean, look. So as of today, which by the time you see this, it'll be like as of last week. But as of today, you can change your PlayStation Network name for free one time. After that, you gotta pay for it, and there's different amounts of money in different regions, but it's about $10 to change it, which is not different from like what Microsoft charges for you to do it on Xbox Live. Okay, you can always revert back to your original name if you want to go back to your original name for free. They say, which is awesome, right? Right? Now let's get to the bad news. The bad news is that games that were released prior to April 1st of 2018, okay, are not a part of the PlayStation mandate that says that you have to have your game made specifically to handle the new name changes and be able to display the new name changes. So while initially, once you make that change, most of the games that you're playing now will like for the first 30 days show your old name along with your new name so people know, right, like who you were before you changed your name. Games that came out before the 1st, there are games that have been patched to do it, but there is a list of games. You can go to PlayStation's network, look at their blog. There's a list of games, including games like Bloodborne, that don't necessarily work properly with the new name changes, and there is a possibility that if you change your name, you will lose access to DLC you have paid for.
Okay, so I'm not changing my name.
I'm just letting you know.
Message received.
I'm just letting you know.
Thank you for the information.
They have put it out there. Again, the information is in the blog. You need to read that blog and know, like, if you play one of those games regularly or would like to, that there's a possibility it could be
And
an
I don't
issue.
say I'm glad that you're telling people that because a lot of people have been waiting for this for so long.
They're
They're
just
gonna
gonna change
dive
it.
in and change it without knowing that.
I'm sure when you go to do it, there's something that pops up, but you know people just gonna
Nobody's
click
gonna
OK.
read it.
They're not gonna read it,
Yep.
and it's gonna be an issue. So listen, I'm glad that Sony has finally made that jump. It's something that should have happened a long time ago. We've talked at length about why it was that way and why it took so long for them to get it right or whatever. I'm glad that it's done, and you can change it if you really want to. So like if you were 10 when you made your name and you're like 15 or it's been 15 years or whatever and you don't really want that name floating out there anymore, you can change it. I think that's a great thing. But you just need to be aware that it could cause some issues. Cool?
Yeah.
Sweet. So what I want to do now is invite everybody who's watching to subscribe. Hit the ding-a-ling bell so that every time we upload a new video, you're aware. I want to remind everybody to make sure that they know that they need to know they can check us out on Facebook. We upload a lot of videos for Facebook specifically. But also, I want to invite you to support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/loadingsnacks. Again, that is something that's going to help us get more equipment and be able to go and bring you all the footage you've been seeing from the different shows and all that kind of stuff. There is some specific content that you can only get if you are a member there and you are supporting us there. We thank those who are. Greatly appreciated. For those who aren't yet, but soon will be, we love and thank you too. And anybody who's watching, if you're sharing, if you're liking, if you're commenting, I want you to know we appreciate it. Even if you're not on Patreon, we still appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So thank you for doing that. With that, I'm out. Toodles and loos.
Loading snacks.